Good evening, everybody. This is our October 11th Magic Mixer, so our month of October Magic Mixer. And I want to welcome you all to this evening. Kristi Judy is our guest this evening. She will be presenting for us her amazing natural wellness and spiritual enchantment through circadian health. This is part one. She is a certified applied quantum biology practitioner for circadian health. Is that correct, Kristi?
It is.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So what Kristi is going to do for us this evening is build our light bodies in order to support our physical well-being and our spiritual connections. She will teach us the foundations that will transform our lives in fast, easy, effective, and free ways, as if by magic. We're super excited to have Kristi be presenting that this evening. And other people that are here this evening and part of our group or Mountain Spirit Co-op are Dana, who is our dreamer and founder of Mountain Spirit Co-op. She loves bringing people together to co-create healing and joy for the world. Dana's passions include her intuitive work, metaphysics, writing, communing with the divine. She is, I have to say. And Elizabeth Hire Rose is also present. She is a quantum healer and channel. She uses her remarkable psychic channeling and healing skills to bridge the gap between the spiritual and the practical to create tangible healing and change in individuals, groups, and all at the global level. Jolynn has joined us this evening, and she has been reading tarot cards for over 40 years. She consults the cards for spiritual guidance, clients to help them gain clarity in important decisions they might be facing. She encourages everyone who is drawn to the tarot to delve in and explore for themselves. She can help you get started. Please welcome Jolynn and reach out to her. She's an amazing reader, and I speak highly of the work that she does. And we have Carol with us this evening. She is a wisdom seeker. Carol St. Marie, her first love has been tarot, a perfect tool to bring answers to life's questions and mysteries and gain mastery. She became a tarot teacher and a consultant. She now devotes her time to writing, working in many genres and languages. Beauty, love, spirituality, and the inherent to most of her texts. Two of them appear in the anthology of, and have I covered, I believe. Did I miss anyone except myself? I've been a member of MSCO for about 9 years, and I offer Reiki and yoga. I also have been offering jewelry classes in some both physical and Zoom settings. So if you're at all interested, you can find me on the MSCO website and also on the Higher Power Yoga Facebook page, along with the MSCO and MSHEC3 Facebook pages. So those are all of us, and I believe we have a guest with us this evening. We have Karen. Cynthia. Karen, would you like to mention? Oh, and Cynthia also. Cynthia, I didn't see you. But Karen, do you want to introduce yourself and say where you're from?
Sure. I live in Prescott, and I've been here 10 years. I was a member when I first moved here. I used to do soul coaching, oracle cards, and life wisdom advising. And I wrote a woman's wellness spiritual book back in 2000 that was published by Chicken Soup for the Soul Diary, Modern Day Goddess. And now I'm into well-being, wisdom, I had a segment on AZ TV for a while, but it was mindset and delicious Mediterranean inspired cooking and giving back. So, and I love, love what you're doing. And I've received services from Judy that have been amazing. And I know Dana. So yes, I got it off the newsletter a little late because I didn't have the code. So, but I texted Jody. So thank you, because you need the passcode to come in. But your work sounds everybody's work sounds intriguing. So I'm grateful to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And Karen, are you there?
I'm here. Yes, good evening. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. We have still lovely weather yet, even almost what you might call spring-like weather here, which is quite odd for this time of the year. I do, over the years, I guess since the mid-70s, I guess I've sort of touched on everything. Primarily with alternative health techniques, methodologies, modalities. I also started with astrology, but not mundane astrology. Mine was Mark Edmund Jones, which is more aligned with philosophy and psychology. And from there, because my own health was troublesome, I worked and studied with homeopathy, flower essence, etc. It was in April of '85 that I met Lazarus, and then I've done everything else pretty much. Tarot. I use oracle cards. Little bit of everything, lots of everything. I used to use the astrology in particular when my husband, at the time, we ran an exterior construction company, and we used to hire using astrological charts. You can't do it anymore, but back in the day, and it used to work really well. Myself right now, what I mostly do is work with crystals. And I do a lot of my own textiles and card making and things like that. So that's about all I think I can tell you off the top of my head. But it's great to see you all.
Thank you, Karen.
And thank you to Dana for sending me the note.
Thank you, Karen. All right, everybody. And Kristi, we welcome you. We're excited to hear your message and everything you have to share. And the floor is now yours.
Woohoo! Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here. And this is one of my latest passions. I'm a manifesting generator in human design. And so I'm almost 60 and I've been doing this work all my life. So this is my latest baby. And it's quantum biology for circadian health. And I'm not a real sciencey person, but I found this book, Quantum Physics for Babies. And I figured if they can learn it, so can I. So if I can learn it, so can you. But quantum biology isn't like, it's this vast thing and the smallest particles of your being, but applying it towards circadian health is what tonight's presentation is all about. So I want to welcome you to Ignite Your Light through Circadian Health. We have somebody new just joined us. And I'd like to thank Mountain Spirit Co-op. I've known Dana, how long, Dana? For feels like forever. Long time. I've been in Prescott for almost 30 years. And so I just want to speak for all of us as we appreciate Mountain Spirit Co-op and the founders and the leaders and all of us that joined together. So thank you. Thank you.
Takes a village.
Yes, with all my heart. So I've condensed hours worth of information in a short amount of time, and I can get all over the place. So I've written it all out, keep me on track. And so I'm going to offer you tonight a way to fast. The words are fast, easy, effective, and my favorite word is free. I love free. My mom was a Depression baby, and man, she just loved a good sale. She turned 99 just this couple weeks ago, and so dedicating this class to her. Fast, easy, effective, and free ways to heal your body.
Can I ask a little question? That you define the word circadian?
Yes, I will in just a moment.
Okay.
Absolutely. And so I'm going to teach you how to heal your body, and it's innate, it's natural. Your birthright is to be able to heal your own body, not take a bajillion supplements and medications and modalities and this and that and the other thing. Your body actually has the ability, imagine that, to heal itself. And also, as in conjunction with that, is to turn up your spiritual connection. Because I know that everybody here at Mountain Spirit Co-op, our spiritual connection is like, I'm speaking for everybody, but for me, it is my top priority. Absolutely. Each day, every day, my spiritual connection. I was born with spiritual gifts, and I help people all over the planet to get rid of what I just call stuff, the stuff in their physical body. I've got dozens of modalities, the stuff in their energy body, the stuff in their emotional body, the stuff in their mental fields, to create a more clear channel for your spiritual connection to come through. And for this body, it's kind of fleshy, right? It's got a nervous system, and that nervous system has to be working like very well for us to hold those higher vibrations, if that makes sense. We're electrical and light beings. And so if we plug in to something, but we don't have a nervous system that can hold it, then either our health will tank or things will happen, drama, and I just call it all things with an A. A thing will happen to help you integrate. And so through circadian health is one way to support the physical body so that you can have greater and clearer spiritual connection. So in my decades of being in healthcare and spiritual mentoring and all the dozens of modalities that I offer, what you're going to learn in a few short minutes is, to me, the most important part of taking your power back physically and energetically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And I'm going to speak in part from my own experience and the experiences of my clients and colleagues about how getting your circadian rhythm healthy and in sync with what I call living medicine, that which is natural and right outside your front door. And so all of my work has that one purpose of clearing ourselves so that we can be healthier, happier, and more divinely connected. So what is circadian health? Circadian health is the ability to set your inner clock. Every cell in your body has a clock. Every cell. And it is set by light. And that's amazing. And so when you wake up in the morning and the first light you see might be your cell phone, that cell phone light is set, the brightness of it is set to 12 noon. The Kelvin of it, the light heat of it is set to 12 noon. And your body, which, like scrambles thinking it's 12 noon, and it creates all of this chaos and confusion in the cells. And it tries to hurry up, and it dumps a bunch of cortisol into the bloodstream, because that's what 12 noon light does. And that's, if you think about adrenal health, and that's where the adrenals just dump that cortisol in the body. Adrenal fatigue, I know back in my day, wasn't a thing. And now, like so many of my clients, they come in and go, my doctor said I got adrenal fatigue. Help. Okay, I'll help you. It's going to take just a little bit of practice, and it's free. And we like that. And so circadian health, again, is the setting of your cellular clocks for the right time. Does that make sense? Just nod your head. And natural light does that. Natural light will set your clock to the time that it's meant to be. LED lights are the same issue as screens, because their heat intensity, their light intensity doesn't match up with the time of day outside. And so here we are, maybe on our phone, and we have lights on, and it's even evening. It doesn't even matter. Our circadian rhythm will get out of sync. When it's in sync, your body, mind, and spirits your body, mind, and spirit can experience what's, again, innately yours: health, happiness, and divine connection. So setting your cellular clocks with the correct time of day and night works literal magic. It turned okay, I don't say this lightly, it turned every health issue I had around. Every health issue I had. When I found quantum biology for circadian health, I was in really sad shape. It was during what I call the time of change, or the hoopla, or COVID and lockdown and the pandemic and all of that. And during that time, I had a really intense medical emergency. My appendix decided to go, and I knocked on heaven's door, and heaven obviously sent me back and said, not yet. And so I spent 8 days, and I'm not a medical person like that. I spent 8 days in the hospital. And when they discharged me, I could barely sit or stand. I had to use a walker. And once I got well enough to get up my stairs to my bedroom, I didn't come down. I couldn't move. I was in bed for days and weeks, and then even months. And I literally longed for the days that I just had of running. I'd run 5 miles a day. I teach 100 different workshops a year. I had a full client schedule. And more importantly, I longed for my spiritual connection. And I don't know about you, but when you feel like caca, it's kind of hard to connect, right? I know that's for me. And I've always had, again, that spiritual connection ever since my earliest memories. So I meditated, and I used all my pixie magic tools. I teach processes on how to heal yourself, and I used them all. And one day I heard it very clearly: go watch the sunrise. And I went, say what? And I heard it again: go watch the sunrise. And I'll let you know, I am 60 years of a night owl. My mom worked graveyard while she was pregnant with me, OB nurse in the hospital. Our circadian clocks were completely flipped be awake all night, sleep all day. That's exactly the opposite. And so after you don't mess around when you hear that loud booming. You got my attention. Go watch the sunrise. And so that morning, the next morning, I got up and it's winter and I bundle up and I go outside and it's really cold and I can't believe it. I'm up at this ungodly hour and I go out and without glasses on or anything, I just look towards the brightest point in the sky and watched the sunrise. And I hung out there longer than just the sunrise. I hung out there and stayed warm, and later that day I went, I feel better. What the heck? Okay, I wonder how come that happened. And so I did some research and I was guided to the work of one of my quantum biology mentors, Dr. Jack Cruz. He's a neurosurgeon who backed up this fast, easy, and effective free message from source with decades of science and amazing, like magical miracle clinic results. And from that day on, this night owl turned into an early bird, and I watched the sunrise every single morning through clear skies, through rain, through snow, while I'm traveling, different time zones. It doesn't matter. I have committed to that which sets my circadian health. And so the quantum biology part of this explains why. And if you go back in history, like go back in time to when you were in school and remember that we have cells in our body, and in each cell we have mitochondria. And our mitochondria are like little batteries. And we actually have like 100,000 to 600,000 of these little battery packs in each of our cells. 600,000, like that's my goal. Can I have that many? Because these little battery packs called your mitochondria, when they're filled with natural light first thing in the morning and through the day, they give you health. They elevate your mood. They give you energy. They create balanced hormones. It's just, again, miraculous. And so these precious little battery packs need to have natural light. So we wouldn't like have our cell phone and let it go on and on and on and then have it be drained and not plug it in, right? Here, let's plug in our phone. But we do that with our bodies. Why would we do that with our bodies? Like we take care of our devices sometimes better than our bodies. And so when your battery packs are charged with natural light, you heal. You become more and more radiant and energized and able to carry forth your unique life purpose. Everybody has a unique life purpose. And so why sunrise? When the sunrise is the first light that you see in the morning, again, it sets your circadian clock. And each cell has a clock, and light is what sets those cells. And then, as if by magic, it also sets your mitochondria or your melatonin. That's the hormone to go to sleep at night, right? It sets your melatonin to release that evening. And that's a really big thing because when we're asleep, the body goes into a time called rest and restore. It goes into what I call healing mode. And sleep is the most important thing we do for our health, our happiness, and to ignite your inner light. Sleep is the time where your body, your cells heal. We can do all this stuff in the daytime, but really it's about sleep, our time when we're sleeping. That's the most important. People bring me bottles of supplements, and I have an EAV machine that I test people with their supplements. Dana. And it's wonderful. It's like taking your body to AutoZone, and they bring out that machine and they hook it up and say, oh, and here's the problem. So I have a machine like that non-invasively tests all your organs and systems, and then I can put on a test plate that which you are wanting to, like your supplements, or what's the best eating plan for me, or what detox, or what cleanse, or what modality. And that's the beauty of having, a machine like this. I've used it for 40 years. I ran an underground cancer and AIDS clinic way back in the day, and we used an EAV machine to cure, we're not allowed to say that, to help assist people with stage 4 cancer and AIDS recover. But it was all dialed in personally. And so I love personal clarity. Everybody's wired different, but everybody's battery packs needs the same thing. So, and that's natural light. And so now one of the first things I test is for light. And I test for sunrise and how long to stay out, and what are they trying to mitigate? What are the things in their body that they're trying to fix? What are their goals that more light would actually help propel them forward? And every one of them with this protocol have gotten better. One client, surprised, like, here's a bonus. She was needing to lose about 50 pounds. And in 2 months just of doing sunrise, and we mitigated some of her indoor lighting, she lost 30 pounds. She didn't change anything else. She lost 30 pounds and got to her perfect weight. Another client helped to dissolve her cancer cells. Another has the energy and stamina enough to exercise better than she felt 50 years ago. Another has mental clarity again at 75. And he dove back into his very left brain. He's a commercial appraiser, like very left brain job. And diabetes, vision improving, everybody's vision improves. What really led me to this was during that time was helping people with long COVID and VAX reactions and spike proteins, brain injuries, high blood pressure, depression, like the list goes on and on and on. Because when your battery packs have the right light and you're able to get that rest and restore sleep, your body can do what it's meant to do. So what are the first steps to setting your circadian rhythm? Get up before the sun. I get up, like I naturally now, like I think I'm in my 600, I don't know. I've been watching the sunrise every day, and I naturally wake up prior. But in the other room, I have a really soft, gentle alarm that goes off just in case. And I get up, and I don't turn on my phone, and I don't turn on my lights. I avoid flipping on anything. And because those lights, again, confuse the body from the get-go as to what time it is. And I go outside, or I open a window that faces towards the sunrise. And with bare eyes, no glasses on, I bask in the magic of having my circadian rhythm set by the most natural living medicine available to us, which is the sun. So set your inner clocks for that night's sleep and experience the miracles and the same I love as if by magic. I love it. And I also love it when science backs me up. And so it has, goodness, I'm looking at the time. I'm trying really hard to talk fast. The healing of the healing of the mitochondria, again, is your ability to innately heal. And so when we go outside, we load our body with potential energy to start our day. And sunrise brings a balance of red to blue light that red to blue light interaction is missing in artificial light. Like when we turned on the blue lights from our overheads and etc., then it's strictly blue light. And sunrise helps to balance that and turns on the hormone centers in the brain, and they instruct the mitochondria to rev up for your day and heal you. So some suggestions for everybody: rain or shine, rain or shine, rain or shine. Be outside for sunrise. Dr. Jack Cruz, in one of his many interviews, like he's just said, never miss a sunrise. And between that and my message from source, I'm on it. When you're inside, have a window that you're by opened up just a smidge, because that will let the law of physics with light, that lets that natural light in. When you're driving, open the car window just a smidge. I like to have both of them, both front windows, because I get bilateral natural light in. It does a whole brain thing. The light that comes through windows turns into that straight blue light, which is literally a toxin to the body. And we'll learn to mitigate that blue light even more in our December magic mixer. But a helpful hint prior to that would be to get some good blue blocking glasses. I have many that I have tested. And so if anybody wants the ones that I have tested on all of my people, just send me an email and I'd be happy to share that information. But I put these on in the evening after sunrise. These ones have orange screens. They're amber. And I can feel it already, like my nervous system just goes, oh. If I get up and I need light, I have amber light bulbs, and these are incandescent. Right now is a perfect time for this because, like at Home Depot, I don't know if everybody's in the States or not, it's Halloween time. And so they have these great incandescent orange light bulbs. They have these like lit everywhere because that light won't interfere with your circadian health. So this is cutting edge science that will be mainstream knowledge in about 10 years. I'm certifying, getting board certified. The National Naturopathic Association is picking up circadian health and running with it. And that's really fast for new information, because it usually takes 10 to 20 years for it to hit mainstream. And so if you're wanting to get a jump start, I'm offering a special program. I'm creating a Facebook private group just for us and those who want to join us to learn more about this and be one of the first on the planet to access, well, in our generation, right, to access the natural living medicines right outside your door and be like me and so many lucky others who found this information early on and see the magic of the sun transform their lives each and every day. Ta-da!
Oh God,
Yay.
thank you, Kristi. That was amazing.
Mhm.
Would anyone have any questions for Kristi at this point? I am sure there are several.
If you get up that early, at what time do you go to bed?
Well, right, so the sun rises at different times. Right now in Prescott, the sun rose this morning at 6:32. A couple months ago, it was much earlier than that, and it's going to get later. But I naturally, like, I followed the rhythm of it, and I just let my body go, oh, by 9 o'clock, I'm yawning. Your melatonin will release it starts to release about 16 hours after sunrise. At sunset, I watch the sunset nearly every night. We're going to be pushing it tonight because it sets at 6 o'clock on the nose. But after sunset, I always wear my blue blockers. And that just, again, relaxes me. And it not only relaxes me, but other people in the room. Like if you have people who aren't into this, you put your blue blockers on and they feel relaxed too because they're in training to you. So about 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock's my. But again, that's my natural time, where before it was like 1 or 2 a.m.
I have a question for you, Kristi. For people who have insomnia, would this type of regulation help with that dysregulated difficulty with insomnia?
Absolutely. Yeah, insomnia is just their clocks not synced up to what's natural. And even like I've got grandparents saying, will it help my grandbaby sleep through the night? You know, like, yeah, we'll get those babies up and let them see the sunrise, put them back to bed, set their melatonin.
That's a really good one because they'll be way more tired at 7 than instead of at 10 p.m.
Saskatchewan is primarily a farming province in Canada. It's one of 2 things that's large here. And Saskatchewan will not go daylight savings time. They always stay on standard. So the cows and the pigs rule here.
Arizona doesn't change either, so we're one of the few. Go us. There's actually in Texas, Big Bend National Park has circadian protection for their animals. In all of these towns, they have to have the amber lights. They're protecting the wildlife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where is this? Which
in Texas, in West Texas.
Okay.
It's so true
lot of-
because
There's a lot of studies about changing all the parking lot lights and street lights to amber to help animals because of the noise of the light pollution and how it really disrupts their internal systems. I have a
That's
question.
what we're animals too.
Yeah, I have a question related to a change that has happened to me in menopause. I generally get up with the sun. Although I am going to now adopt the going out into the watch the sunrise, but I wake up, and it doesn't happen every night. But it's frequent enough. I wake up in the middle of the night. I have no problem going to sleep. I wake up approximately the same time, but I often wake up in the middle of the night, which only started happening once I hit menopause. Do you think this will help if I bask in the light of the sun in sunrise, will that help that part of my sleep cycle, do you think?
It has been shown to, absolutely. So I used to be one of those people that got up in the night as well, and it's just one of those beautiful hormone things. And now I sleep all the way through, and it's such deep rest, such deep rest. If I do wake up, like if I wake up about an hour before sunrise, I don't go back to sleep. I make sure I stay up and I'll meditate at that time or something. If I go back to sleep that last hour, then for me, I don't feel quite right all day. I'm waking up in the middle of a sleep cycle, I think. But Yes.
Oh, that's interesting because sometimes I wake up at like 4 and I feel that I should go back to sleep if I can. And okay, I may try that too.
Yeah,
If
just
I wake up, stay
just
awake.
don't turn on your cell phone or those bright lights.
I don't. I don't keep my cell phone it's in another room.
Oh, good. That's another class for us.
Yeah.
Everybody, did you hear that? Plug your cell phone in the other room.
I do. I do.
Can I
And
ask?
going back to the thing about the wildlife, I used to think it was because the weather was turning cold that horses and other wildlife would get their winter coats coming in. And in the spring, same thing where they shed. And I thought it was according to the weather. Oh, it's getting cold, got to get my winter coat going, but it's not. It's all about the sunlight. So it makes so much sense because nature doesn't second guess anything.
Absolutely.
Makes sense. I know.
Living medicine.
Kristi, can I ask, I had these blue light glasses, which I would have put on like once the sun went down. But I
Uh-huh.
don't know. I guess amber is better then. And then once the
Yes.
sun would go down, I love these, they're almost like amber when they're on, these battery operated candles.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I have to get up to go to the bathroom, I take the candle.
Oh,
I don't know
good.
if these things are, if I'm doing that.
Amber light's much better. Like I have little salt lamps
Oh, the salt. Oh yeah.
for
The
night
salt lamp.
lights.
Yeah.
And your night vision's going to get great, by the way. And if it's dark in your house, please be safe as you're
Sure.
getting out your door in the morning. But salt lamps, I replace the light bulb in the salt lamps with a red, oftentimes a red, like a Christmas light red.
That's nice.
The yellow lens blue blockers. So these are blue blockers. These are for daytime. These are the ones that you would wear, like
On the
if you're going
computer,
with,
right?
yeah, if you're working on your computer. I have on my phone and all my screens, I have an app that filters out all the blue light.
Yeah, I
So
think my phone has that too.
you're
And would you,
all the iPhones have that, and in Android, it's called Twilight.
oh, Twilight. You have to check that.
So without that, like I wouldn't be doing this presentation on a screen.
True.
at all.
What do
Um,
you suggest? Because like I do caregiving for family members, so sometimes falling asleep, just thinking about the day. Then I don't fall, it takes me a while to fall asleep. Then I sleep later, so I don't get up with the sunrise. But then sometimes I might wake up at like 4, like Elizabeth was saying. So do you force yourself to get up at sunrise and then that kind of sets it? And then I know if I go for a walk and I'm outside in the sunlight, I sleep better that night, of course.
yes.
So
So that's the optimal would be to get out. Like people, the number one question is how long? Like if you're
Right.
out there for 3 minutes, that sets your circadian clock. If you're out
fantastic.
there for that first hour after sunrise, that's infrared healing light. That's healing your body. And if you're out there for a walk, I like to work in the yard at that time. I'm outside with my bare feet in the dirt and doing my thing.
Nice.
I like to do those things, but the more active you can be in that morning, it just sets that natural rhythm in your body. It tells your body, hey, it's daytime.
What do you do when it's like, on occasion we get a rainy week? I do have a light box I used it like once last year.
Yeah,
I had
your
to put
body,
it off to the side because it's so intense, but I felt like, it was a really rainy week and here for a week, which is really
right.
unusual. But
I
what do you do when there's no sun out? Just even the daylight, I guess, is good.
Yes, your body is brilliant. And so whether it's raining or snowing, cloudy, clear sky, we're like the mailman, like we're out there and your body will pick it up. It's when we come back inside and we'll get sleepy. I use incandescent lights inside when it's cloudy, like to mitigate that energy. Or you know, like some days I just go, oh, I'm going to naturally follow. Hey, it's kind of a sleepy day because it's cloudy. I'm going to take care of my body more. I'm going to go take a nap or something.
That
But
sounds
yeah,
good.
your eyes will,
Okay.
doesn't matter what the weather is.
Great. And we had our Wi-Fi on our power strip. We just shut it off to go to bed.
Perfect. That's
So
what
the
we do
internet's
too.
not on, and put the phones on airplane mode. But you have to remember to turn them on in the morning. But
That's what we do too.
yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah, I have one of my adult daughters who's neurodivergent. She can hear the Wi-Fi like screaming at her. So yeah, we
Yeah.
mitigate the Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Any
That's
other
why you don't hear from me a lot in the morning, because I forget to turn my phone on. I've been calling you all.
Good rest, Dana.
Good
You
job?
deserve it. You lead us all.
I forget.
Mhm.
But
So
there,
I'm more than happy to support you outside of this time. My email is Kristi Judy, KristiJudy @gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to invite you all to jumpstart your circadian health with me. Answer any questions. I'd rather create clarity now than, you know, like, and keep you on track than later on say, oh, I thought you said. So feel free to email me any questions about anything I've covered tonight.
Thank you.
time for one more.
Thank you.
Time for one more question.
Absolutely.
So one of our members was talking about the red LED lights being soothing and calming instead of the regular light. But then you're saying the red light and the blue light, is that good or is that bad?
You know, everybody reacts to, like, I'm a sensitive pixie. Like, I am sensitive upon sensitive. I feel things, and it's a blessing way more intensely than other people do. When I turn on the red LED lights, like even the LED healing lights, because that's a big thing right now, I get reactions. And so it's not my medicine. If you have a reaction to something, then try, you know, like, it's not your medicine. One of my quantum biology mentors said, I loved it. Like, if you don't want to go do a cold plunge because, you know, your body goes back into all of its symptoms, it's not your medicine. Stop doing it. And so for some people, they love their red light therapy. But for me, it's too intense. It actually triggers a lot of my old symptoms, but also I get a little cranky.
You don't want that.
No. But the amber lights are beautiful. They're soothing. I don't use these in the daytime. I use these in the evening after sunset. The amber lights. And again, your night vision is going to be just improve so much. My eye, I have all my clients go to the same eye specialist, and I go in and he goes, okay, Miss Kristi, you're going to put me out of business here. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.